know what I do on a daily basis. The life of Nelly. Aunty Nelly Uncensored on Instagram is like my own very own version of Adrian Mole, Sarah Hine. Dear Aunty Nelly, I have recently split with my husband and I'm any advice I give on today's show are purely for entertainment purposes. If anybody comments on your comments with prize, gift, giveaway, you're a winner, inbox, it's a scam, don't fall for it. Let's go. I have recently split with my husband and I'm really struggling to get over it. He's begging for me back, but I know I will be happier alone, even though I'm really struggling to be alone right now, as I have never lived alone and have anxiety. I don't have much support either. I'm exhausted all the time through all the stress and worry, yet I can't sleep. How do I get through this difficult time, please? Thank you. Okay, so you've recently I've got falls on my mind because I fell. I have recently split with my husband. I'm really struggling to get over it. Okay, he's begging me back. I think when we split with a partner and then they don't actually fuck off and leave us alone with our thoughts to collect our thoughts on exactly what we need to be doing or thinking, it's like we can't move on, can we? So, are you Charmaine, sweetheart? So, even though you're saying, I know I'll be happier, if he's begging for you back, through what channels of communication firstly? If it's through text, WhatsApp, phone calls, block him. You have the right to block anybody out your life that is not bringing you peace. You said that you're struggling with anxiety. This will be raising your anxiety. And that even if you do struggle with anxiety, you need to get rid of things that are not bringing you calm and peace. You're going through a traumatic time, whether it was your decision or not. The fact that you split up with your partner, you now need to just gather your thoughts, be on your own for a while and think about what it is that you want to do moving on, okay? So you need to get the support from yourself first. But the fact that you're saying I don't have a lot of support, I've never lived on my own, isn't now a good time to try? Isn't now a good time to try to get up in the morning, have your shower, think about what you're going to do for your day, make your bed before you come downstairs, eat what you want for your breakfast, make a nice coffee, enjoy the peace, enjoy the fact that you're going to be happier on your own. Build on yourself, take care of you, self-love, self-preservation. Get rid of anything in your life that is not bringing you peace and calm. That should lower your anxiety. You're not sleeping because it's all new, what you're going through, and that is understandable. If you feel like you're really struggling because we don't think rationally and we don't see clearly when we're not sleeping, sleep is so important, please go and see your general practitioner. I'm spitting whilst I'm speaking, and I hope that's okay and I'm not making anybody sick. Thank God it's through a screen and I'm not spitting all over your Sunday roast, okay? I got a load of hate on that last post about me sticking up for animal rights. Should they follow me on my Instagram channel, they'd know I was vegan. However, they don't. So anyway, fucking moving on, shall we? Hello, Marie Little. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever anybody is watching me from. Dear Aunty Nelly, my teenage daughter makes no secret of the fact that my appearance embarrasses them. Oh, okay. I'm 51 years of age and a healthy size 12, but they're always telling me I'm fat. On holiday recently, they were mortified when I put on a bikini and refused to be seen with me until I covered up. Oh, other women encourage their mothers to live life to the full. Why do mine want me all before my time? Right, so you've got two teenage daughters who don't want you to wear a bikini and they're actually slurring you by saying you're fat. I mean, what kind of girls are these? We're supposed to lift each other up. I think if my daughter was telling me that I was fat, nothing I ain't fucking heard before, but my answer is always, regardless of who calls me fat is, are you paying for my Tesco shop? Other supermarkets are available, but are you paying for my Tesco shop? No. Am I sat on your fucking face? No. Therefore, my weight is no concern of yours. Off you fuck. And I think that's the attitude we have to have. If we feel comfortable with the way that we are, and regardless of what size you are, because sexy doesn't have a size, you fucking put your body in a bikini. You don't need to be bikini ready. Just put your body in a bikini and fucking 3, 2, 1, you've got a body in a bikini, therefore you've got a bikini body. Okay, number 1. I'm really concerned that your teenage daughters have this really unrealistic view of age, who can wear a bikini, and of shaming people for their size. That's the thing I'm bothered about. I'm not bothered about the fact that you're a size 12 or you're 51 or, you know, I'm not bothered about that. We are parents, and as parents, it is our God-given right and our job to embarrass our children on a daily basis. Whether we want to or not, or whether we think we are or not, we will embarrass our kids. That's part of being a parent, number 1. Number 2, my daughter lived with me until she left for university. As you all know, she's 26 in October and lives in London. I could not walk into my daughter's bedroom to tell her something because I just remembered coming out of the shower because I'd be naked, and she'd be like, oh my God, Mum, you've no clothes on. No, I haven't, because I'm in my own fucking house. If I want to walk about fucking naked, I fucking will do. Well, people might see you. Their fucking problem, not mine. This is simply a vessel that walks me round in this life until the next one. If you don't like what you're looking at, don't fucking look. Simple as that. And if they are that bothered about their mum being 51 in a bikini and calling you fat, I suggest you take holidays on your own in future. They need to pull their head out the fucking Instagram fakery world that they think they're living in. They need to be proud of the mother. Many people out there haven't got a fucking mother. Size 12? Size 12? Size 28? Fuck off. Fuck off. We don't body shame. We don't bring children up to body shame. Where have they got the views and their ideas from? Because you need to sit them girls down at the kitchen table and give them a harsh lesson. You need to make them watch this fucking video right here where I'm saying to them, get with the fucking script, girls. Life doesn't work like that, and you're going to be sadly disappointed if you think that you can't be a size 12 in a fucking bikini at 51. Because at size fucking 24, at 47, if I want to walk up and down fucking naked, a bastard will do. And you cannot say fuck all about it. Moving on. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. Everybody's different in how they show their bodies, how comfortable they feel in their bodies. My Olivia would get dressed in the bathroom after a shower before she went to her bedroom, and that's fine because that's what she wanted to do. I never felt that I had to dress in my own bathroom after a shower to walk to my bedroom. I would do that naked. If I forgot something that was downstairs and I've no clothes on, I would come downstairs, get it, and go back upstairs. I'm in the comfort of my own fucking home. I'll wear as much and as little as I fucking want, regardless of size. Regardless. Dear Aunty Nelly, my teenage... Oh, no, I've done that one. Dear Aunty Nelly, I recently met this guy who I felt a connection with. And recently, I know he feels the same way for me, but I'm worried. We're both quite depressive people, and I'm worried we will bring each other down. And secondly, he's moving away in August, and I don't know whether to let things continue now. I really care for him. Please help. What I'll say though, right, regardless of whether he's fucking moving away, staying close, whatever, that's not the issue. The issue is, when we are quite depressive personalities, which is not the correct word, I'd say we're more like glass half empty, so we're a bit pessimistic. It doesn't do us good to be around people who are also pessimistic, simply because, you know, I've got problems, and because I've got ice, I can't drink, I've had to drink me it's a paper straw before you all fucking start. Because I've got ice in this glass of water and it's melting, it's wet table, and I can't look at that. Oh, that's nice on my gums. Right, so when we're around people who are pessimistic, right, so I'm pessimistic and you're pessimistic, so I'll say, oh, I'm not feeling so good today. And then the other pessimistic person will go, yeah, I'm not. I didn't really sleep last night. No, I didn't. I bet I don't sleep tonight. No, well, I've not slept for a week. That's the kind of conversations that pessimistic people will have. So it's all doom and fucking gloom. Now, I'm not being funny, but you open that front door, you put fucking Sky News on. Is that not enough fucking doom and gloom? Right, so let's have a pessimistic and an optimistic. How are you feeling today? Oh, I'm not so good today. Well, what's up? Well, not really feeling it. I didn't really sleep last night. Oh, did you not? Have you got anything on your mind? Oh, I don't know, really. Well, why don't you have a bit of a chill day today? As Nelly had her teeth done, Nicola, I knocked my fucking teeth out on Saturday, so I've got temporary dentures in flower, so I can only apologise with the way I'm speaking, but apparently I'll get used to it. But I'm telling you now, there ain't nobody coming round to my house on a Sunday or a Saturday for fucking sausages. Okay, so here we are. So we've got optimistic and pessimistic. So, oh, well, why don't you have a nice chill day today if you can, and get yourself a bath later on and play a little bit of music, a bit of meditation, and then see if you get a nice sleep tonight and you'll feel much better. You're not going to feel good, are you, if you've not slept? No, you're probably right. I am. Anyway, shall we get kettle on? Yeah, and distraction. So that's a pessimistic and that's an optimistic. So I agree the fact that if you're two depressive people, all you're ever going to be is feeling in that lull of doom and gloom. So you need to surround yourself with people who uplift you. You uplift them, they uplift you, and I'm not saying that you're not allowed to be with anybody around you who's not as chirpy as you. But you know that when you're with people, I call them mood hoovers. They suck the fucking fun out of everything like a fun sponge. And it is, you can walk in and be like, oh yeah, you're right, how you doing? Oh, I'm not so good, really. Oh God, someone scratched my car and my post got nicked and Amazon delivery said they delivered and they haven't. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. And you know yourself, you've walked in, right upbeat, right bouncy, even though you could be fucking dying on the inside, and that person has just knocked you off your fucking pedestal. So he's moving away in August, let him fucking move away. Just you crack on with doing what you do. I hope you're getting as much help for being depressive as you can. And honest to God, your feelings are absolutely validated. They really are. My hair, I've been using Olaplex products on my hair. Olaplex. Yeah, so anyway, moving on. Thank you. So Olaplex, and obviously I've got a hairdresser that's a fucking magician. And when she colours it, I had it coloured on Wednesday. It always looks lovely and glossy and shiny. So anyway, so that's that. So, yeah, so I hope you're getting help for your depressive mood disorder. Go and see your GP, get as many people around you. Do things that lift your mood. Watch a funny film. Read something that's funny. Ask Alexa to tell you a joke. Alexa, tell me a joke.
One time someone forgot to laugh at my joke. So I added it to their to-do list and set a reminder.
She's a right fucking wank splat, isn't she? So don't do that, that's not good advice, okay? But yeah, be around people who you know you're going to have a good time with, who's going to make you feel good. And yeah, don't mean to say that you can't be in touch with this lad who's moving away. You can still send the odd message. But the last thing I do is approach people who I know are going to fucking bring me down, even downer than I already fucking am. Because some people I know, some acquaintances, dear God in heaven. Dear Aunty, so final, oh, here we go, my full name, it must be Sunday. My teeth are not able to come out, they're stuck in. They're temporary dentures, and the dentist does something and sticks them in. They don't come out at night or anything. I'm going for a checkup, not next week, week after. Bit of a Peter Kay thing then. Not next week, week after, over there in Manchester. So, yeah, so I fell, smashed my face in, knocked my teeth right out, had a load of gum work, stitches, gum contouring, the rest of the roots took out, blah, blah, fucking blah. And then these temporary dentures in so that the gum then heals around the dentures. When I take the dentures out, when the dentist takes the dentures out, then I'm looking at a bone graft or a sinus lift, we're not sure. And then in 6 months' time, I'll probably have to have, I don't know why I'm doing that, some implants. But for the time being, here I am with my list. If you come and see me in Beauty and the Beast, as Mrs. Polly Flower Potts, this is how I will be welcome. Yeah, and that's how it is. So, no, I'm not having one of these fucking smile makeovers at Turkey. I'm not wanting a Hollywood smile. I'm not wanting a Simon Cowell. I'm not wanting a David Potts. How did you fall? Fucking hell, Sally Ann. That's the £1 million fucking question, that. I'd been upstairs for a wee and David was sat on the settee and he says, right, I'm going to put film on. We'd done a day of rehearsals. I said, yeah, go on then. Do you want a glass of water? I said, yeah, go on then, because we're both being really healthy and good. Comes down the stairs and literally just fell. I have no idea whether I banged myself, my leg went. Don't know, because you know I'm prone to falls anyway. I'm registered disabled and still under falls team, still under stroke team. I just fell. I just fucking fell and went right into the side of the fire. Oh, it were a fucking mess. I'm not being funny, but it was just a fucking mess. Aunty Nelly Uncensored on Instagram. Should you follow me there, you'll have seen it all, and it wasn't pleasant. Anyway, enough about me. It's always about me, isn't it? Aunty Nelly, I finally got the courage to kick out the toxic partner where I put up with emotional and financial abuse at the start of the year. Woohoo! You go, girl. I had a little girl with a man and have a second due anyway. I am slowly coping, but my problem is he doesn't give me a penny. He then demands to see his little girl whenever suits him. If I have plans, I have to cancel them. In the 2 years she's been alive, he has not given me a penny, but he thinks he can control me. I don't understand why he can just turn up at my home whenever he fancies. He contributes to nothing, but slowly breaking me down to allow him back. I don't know how to keep fighting it, thanks. I'm trying to stay a strong flower pot. I know this is going to sound a bit brutal, and I'm not going to say this to shame you, but you do know that things only happen to us that we allow. So can I just say that again, and will you just listen? Things only happen to us that we allow to happen. Yeah? Okay. So him turning up at all hours of the day to see his 2-year-old is because you are allowing such behaviour. And we do not allow bad behaviour with a case of acceptance. Okay? Him knocking on your door all hours is because you're allowing it to. Get me? Okay. It might sound like I'm saying it like you're simple, but I'm not. It's just that I need you to understand. We all need to understand that when things are happening, it's because we're allowing them to. So what we need to do here is, what do you want from your ex-partner? Is it money? Is it contact with your child? Is it both? If so, you need to get that written down on fucking paper. You need to let him know, with the help of the courts, that this is how much you need to pay me in order to raise your children. And these are the times that I am allowing you to have contact with your children. Now that will completely change what's happening, because then what will be happening is something that you're allowing, that you're in control of. If then he does not abide to something that's been signed off legally, he's then in breach of that and he doesn't get to see his children. That's not your fucking problem, that's his. So whilst you're the main carer for your children, you decide what is allowed in your children's life. So do not allow any bullshit. Get something down on paper, make sure it's served to him, get it also signed, and therefore then we know exactly how much is coming into the household, whether he's paying for gym classes, ballet classes, shoes, whatever. You know what's coming in. And the children also know when daddy is actually turning up. Okay? Because it can't be any good for the children to not know if he's knocking on or not, if there's a knock on the door, is it daddy, is it not? That is no good for any fucker. So, once again, the reason this is happening is because you're allowing it to. So take away the control that he has, bring back your power, and you decide what is allowed in your children's life. Moving on. Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Hello, lovely lady. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, actually, you're in England. How good with football last night? How well did England play? I think they played fucking smashing. Hey, lovely lady, I'm unsure whether you would qualify. What for football? What do you mean? Oh, right, whether you would qualify this for nighttime and Nelly Sunday service. Well, we'll give it a go. My friend of 16 years has just ditched me. Okay. She's asked me at the beginning of lockdown if I would do life modelling for her dad. He is an artist. How can you get indigestion with water? I've had 2 black coffees, an espresso, and about 2 pints of water. How the fuck can I have indigestion or burp when I'm drinking water? Honestly, that life, every day's a school day. Right, so she asked me at the beginning of lockdown if I would do life modelling for a dad who's an artist. I agreed, gave him his number, and me and her dad built up a friendship, and I modelled for him. Now she has decided she's disgusted by the whole situation and has even implied that I am sleeping with her dad. I am not. No such thing is happening. But she has ended our friendship because of it. I have agreed to end the friendship as she wanted, but feel really let down and sad. I've done nothing wrong. What do I do? You just move on, flower. You know, you've done fuck all wrong. You've done a bit of life modelling for her dad. If she thinks that you've been fucking her dad when really you've just been sat there while he's there with his fucking oil paintings, that's her deviant mind and not yours. And if she's quite happy to say off your foot to a 16-year friendship, what kind of friend is she? Do you want friends like that? Because I won't be too fucking arse, really. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to beg anyone to be my friend. You either want to be my friend or you don't. This is how it is. You asked me to do something and now you don't fucking like it. There's the door and fuck off through it. Is she a bit jealous that she's seen your dad do a painting of you and she likes what your tits look like and wishes hers were like that? Who fucking knows? Let it go. Sometimes you've got to sit back and think, do you know what? And I said this twice this week. Do you know what? I'm so fucking happy when the rubbish takes itself out. And that's what's happened here. 16 years, a fucking 6 months. People always show the true colours. Do not chase people. Do not beg people for relationships, for friendships, for fuck all. It's embarrassing. Don't be a beg. Let her fucking go. The trash has took itself out. Also, on another note, what I will say is, yeah, you're going to be upset. Yeah, you're going to be sad. Yeah, you'll have spent lots of memories with this girl. 16 years is a fucking long time. But look at it as, isn't it nice? You had a nice friendship. If her dad, you don't have to not be friends with your dad. If he asks you to model again and you want to, you crack on. But, you know, you had a nice friendship. Wish her well. Let her go with love. Don't wish anybody bad in this world. You know, let her go with love. That's her decision. She doesn't want to be your friend. Absolutely fine. I wish you well. Let her go with love. And that's it. And crack on with your life, flower. We can't beg people to stay. We can't make people be our friend, regardless of your age. I know a lot of people, you know, in primary school, junior school, whatever, high school have these problems. We still have these problems later on in life. You know, friendships break up and we don't quite know what we've done and why. People are allowed to say, I don't want to be friends with you. You no longer serve me. You know, and that's okay. So let her go with love. Yeah? Twice this week, the trash has took itself out of my fucking life and I'm absolutely fucking delighted. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sunday service, please. Well, hello there, Aunty Nelly. Hello. I am a DV survivor. Oh, for fuck's sake, Nell. I've seen DV survivor, and that means domestic violence, doesn't it? You know what my head said? Vomiting and diarrhea. I'm not playing that down in any way, but once again, I'll just say that my alter ego is a 15-year-old boy, an in-betweener. As soon as I saw DV then, my brain interpreted that as vomiting and diarrhea. Anyway, I am a domestic violence survivor. And although I'm very proud of myself for standing up for myself and bringing it to an end, nobody talks about the emptiness you feel. It's all about, at least he's gone now, or you and your kids can be happy now, but I don't feel this happiness they're all talking about. Could it be that it takes time? It's been 11 months now and I feel a big empty hole. I have not many friends left and I have great family and 2 amazing children that I want to show them that this isn't the way to live and that I was strong. But I just feel like I can't pour from an empty cup. No, we can't. How can I get a little bit of the old me back before she's gone forever? Thank you. Do you know what's happening here? What I read there? I read that it's not because you don't feel happy that you're no longer in an abusive, toxic relationship. I think it's because you're grieving for the relationship that you wanted, the relationship you thought you had, the relationship that you see on Instagram, on social media, on TV, on films, in magazines. Why could it not happen to you? It's very, very normal when we come out of toxic relationships, whether there's been emotional abuse, physical abuse, violence, whatever it may be. It is very normal for things not to change overnight, even though you may now feel more at peace and safe. Have you had any counselling for the trauma that you encountered, number 1? Number 2, please, please, please don't beat yourself up now for not feeling all this happiness that your friends and family assume you should be feeling. You're going through a lot, you've been through a lot. You may have a little bit of post-traumatic stress syndrome. Not easy for me to say with temporary dentures. Post-traumatic stress syndrome. Yeah? And it's okay to grieve for the life that we thought we would have and we haven't. That doesn't mean, though, that that won't happen in the future when you are healed. 11 months is a blink of an eye when you've been through maybe what you've been through. Work on yourself, ask for help, tell people exactly how you're feeling. Don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed, don't be afraid. Join support groups for DV survivors, there's loads on Facebook. You know, you're not on your own, you're not alone. Speaking up and leaving that situation is fucking kudos to you. Well done, you're right, you are a very strong, independent woman, and you were right to show your children that that wasn't a healthy way to live your life. But it's okay not to feel the initial happiness that will come, but you need to work on yourself. Yeah, Maria and Jane, I did give a shout out. So get the support, get the help, go for counselling should you need it. Have a look at trauma that is, you know, you may be wounded. You've got some trauma, inner wounding that you may have to work on, that you may need some help with, and that is okay. When I called off my wedding last year, and lots of people were like, oh, well, it was your decision, so you're all right. It was my decision, and I was all right because I have to look after me. I was still upset at the loss of what I thought was going to be, even though it was my decision not to let it proceed with that, because it wasn't going to be that. So sometimes we need to understand what we're actually grieving for, because you may be grieving for that happy 2.4 children, lovely husband, goes out to work, tips his wage up, you live in a lovely white cottage with a white picket fence. You know, stop grieving for things that we thought we'd have in the future and start working on now. And if that's what you want in the future, when you've worked on yourself and you recognise yourself and you are you again and what you want, then, then that's something we can look at. But for now, we've got to think of today. Just get through today. You're doing fantastic, but don't be afraid, ashamed or embarrassed to reach out for that help. You're not on your own, and it's okay that you don't feel the happiness today. It will come, small steps. And it's okay if we only take a small step a day as long as we don't stop. Antonella, I'll leave my details and you can help me earn too, says Chris Lee. Earn what, sweetheart? What do you want to earn? What the fuck do you think I'm earning? Okie dokie. Does anybody know I'm sat here with no pants on? That's exciting. I am not wearing pants. Huh? Dear Aunty Nelly, I have been married for 27 years. Oh, that's a long time, isn't it? I have felt for some time, about 10 years ago, that I would like to live on my own. Okay. At first I blamed things on finances. Then we had a business together. Then we had money problems. My husband has changed a lot in appearance and he's an alcoholic. Then he got help. We married when I was 18. But I think I've realised that I have changed a lot now. I love my husband, but I'm not in love with him, and I haven't been for a long time. It's all going over in my head all the time, and I don't know what to do. I feel selfish because he's not a bad man. We have 3 brilliant children and grandchildren who are all grown up and left, and I know it would hurt all of them. I'm sorry if it doesn't make sense, but it has taken a lot for me to send this to you. Oh, God love you. Do you know what? It is upsetting when your parents split up, regardless of how old you are. But do you not think that your kids and your grandkids would want the mum to be happy, would want the grandma to be happy? Nothing matters to me more in life than the people around me. I'm wearing knickers. I've got knickers on. I've just got no pants on. Like pants, look. I'm wearing... Look, but honest to God, I have to do this because it'll be on fucking trolley. Look, I'm wearing knickers, they're on inside out as well. Look how special I am. But I've not got pants on. So I have got knickers on, just no pants. And now you've all seen that I've got my knickers on inside out, but that's alright. Doesn't mean to say that I fucking changed them from yesterday, the same ones. I've just put them on wrong. Right, my mum and dad, and our Joanne, decided that she didn't want to be with my dad anymore when... How old were I? How old were Olivia? This will be right. 6, so 20 years ago. and I were 27, 28, and it absolutely fucking, I was so upset, but I wanted my mum happy, and she were happy because she'd fallen out of love with my dad, and as much as she stayed with him until me and Robbie were grown up, you know, life's for living, isn't it? And we only get one, and if we do it right, once is enough. So please don't be in an unhappy marriage to somebody that, you know, you can be friends with and have a relationship with for your children and your grandchildren, but do you not deserve that happiness? I'm not saying that you want to leave them and fall in love and be with somebody else, but it sounds to me like you're ready to be on your own. You're ready to look after you for a change. Maybe you've looked after him in his alcoholism. Maybe you've looked after your children, your grandchildren, and you're ready to just maybe do something for you. And that's not selfish. That's okay. And discuss it with your children. Talk to your children. Tell them that you're not happy, but you want everybody to be happy. And if your children are of any sort of calibre where they love their mum, because it sounds to me like you absolutely adore them because you'd rather put them first, then I'm sure they'll say, Mum, as long as you're happy, we're behind you all the way. I don't want anybody to be stuck in any relationship that is not serving them, because children grow up and they leave home, and then where does that leave you? And sometimes people stay together for far too long and think they've no options. I think it's too late. It's never too late to enjoy the life that you've got. Life is so precious. Age is a gift that's denied to many. We are so privileged every day on God's green earth. Please do something today for you. For you. And the ones around you will love you no matter what. No matter what. Because I wasn't happy when Mum and Dad split and Mum decided to leave. But my mum was so happy not being with Dad, and, you know, she started dressing a bit different and going out and doing different things and having holidays, and she was happy. My mum was still my mum. She never changed. She never changed loving us or being mum and grandma. You know, she was still as annoying as she is today, but she wanted to give herself that bit of her time, and she deserved to. So everything's going to be okay. And like I say, it will cause a few tears, and there's going to be a few questions and a few whys. Of course there is. I didn't want Mum and Dad to split up. Of course I didn't. Dad didn't want Mum and Dad to split up. I'll tell you a really funny story. When Dad got dementia, Dad, God bless him, he's been past 9 years now. Dad died with vascular dementia and Alzheimer's. When Mum and Dad had split up, and then Dad got poorly, Mum was helping me at first with Dad, and she'd come in and, you know, and she'd help me look after him, and she'd make a few meals and whatnot. And Dad didn't know that Mum and Dad were no longer together, so he used to try and kiss her and used to try and tell her how much he loved her. And I used to say to my mum, Mum, you can't come anymore. Oh no, I don't want you to do this all on your own, I'll help you. I said, you can't, because my mum was then married to her husband now. And I was saying, it's confusing for me, Dad, and it's not fair to your husband and you to be put in these situations, because my dad were always hugging her and trying to kiss her because he thought that that was still his wife. So he weren't doing anything wrong, he weren't being like a predator, but yeah, so we have to stop that. And then my dad would say, where's Joanne? Because he'd never forgot my mum and he never forgot Olivia. Not a fucking Scooby-Doo I were. He's 24/7 carer, but anyway, where's your mum? Where's Joanne? And I said, she's at work, and he'd go, all right then, we're fine. But yeah, so it's always a funny story that, when he were always trying to kiss my mum. It was funny. And my mum would be like, she didn't really know what to do. Bless her. Dear Aunty Nelly, cut a long story short. We like to cut long stories short because I've chatted a lot of shit up to now. My partner of 26 years, with whom I have 3 great kids with, twin boys, 19 years and 10-year-old boy. All right, 3 kids, so 2 are 19, 1's 9. Sometimes, what? My partner of 26 years, you've got 3 kids, sleeps all day, gets up between 3 and 9 p.m. and sometimes later smokes cannabis and then goes to bed, has a terrible temper if something is said wrong, smashes anything in his way, doors, cups, plates, is always miserable and is depressed but won't see a doctor. I want to leave him, but I'm not sure what he will do if he is depressed. I couldn't live with myself if he did anything stupid and the kids would blame me. Can you help? This is a really toxic relationship. It's very abusive emotionally, and it can't be bringing you much peace. Surely to God, when you say the children would be heartbroken, would they really? Would the children really be heartbroken that you're no longer in an environment where doors are smashing, plates are being broke, there's shouting, there's screaming, you're living with a partner who won't get up till after 3 o'clock in the afternoon, knows he doesn't smoke fucking weed? Have you sat down when there's a calm moment and spoke to your partner and said, this isn't the man I married, are you okay? What's going on? Do you need any help? And if it's a case of he will not speak about it, he doesn't want the help, pack a bag and go. Your 19-year-old twins are big enough and probably ugly enough to do what they fucking want. But you must take the 10-year-old with you, because when we're in a relationship that is not bringing us peace and it's nothing but toxicity and there's violence and there's anger and there's raised voices and there's things that could be in harm's way, we've got to protect our children. So you have to leave that house with your 10-year-old. If that doesn't give him the wake-up call to think what I am doing is not correct, then leave. You've got to take your 10-year-old to safety and you've got to let him know that that is not how we have a healthy relationship. If he's not willing to leave the home, you leave the home with your 10-year-old. Tell your 19-year-old twins, I am leaving. This is not safe for me. I don't feel comfortable. I am not happy. I am in an abusive relationship which I choose to put a stop to today, and I am taking your 10-year-old brother with me because he is a child in my care. I am a responsible adult and his needs come first before social services knock on the door and take him. What you two decide to do now that you are adults is entirely up to you. Toodle pip, tally ho, hashtag bye Felicia. That's it. That's my answer. That is my answer. Tell him he's got a problem, see a GP, you're taking your child to safety, and that's that. And you're worried that he's depressed and he might do something. Do you know what, sweetheart? At the end of the day, we're all responsible for our own actions. And you're staying there because you feel that what, he may take his own life. All I'll say to that is, the reason why you want to leave is because of what he's doing. So the catalyst of what he's doing is making you leave. We are all responsible for our own actions. You cannot be in this relationship any longer. I advise you to get out now. Not in an hour, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. And whatever he decides to do with his life, that's on his head. He is responsible for his own life. You are responsible for your 10-year-old. So do the right thing. That 10-year-old relies on you for food, warmth, shelter, safety and love. That's all children need. And if you're not ticking all the boxes, believe me, you are not being a responsible adult. Put your 10-year-olds first by also helping yourself and get out of that relationship. And fucking leave him to wallow in bed till 3 o'clock, smoking his weed and fucking smashing his own plates up. Dear Aunty Nelly, me and my husband live in Australia from last 4 years ago. He's always supported his family financially, sending them money back home. He wanted to build a house there and he's given them all our savings for that. I was fine with it, but now his brother and his wife is coming to Australia permanently. Like, they're coming sometime next year when allowed. His brother's wife has been very mean to me and my husband in the past. I'm expecting a baby and I don't want to live in all that stress. I told my husband, but he wants them to live with us permanently. I don't know what to do. I feel like I've lost my identity for him. I can't deal with this anymore, but he just won't listen. Right, they've lived in Australia for 4 years. Always supports his family, sending them money back home. He wants to build a house and he's given them all that. Right, so have they built a house over somewhere else and now they've said, fuck that, I'm coming living with you in Australia? I don't get it. I don't understand what's happening here. I got a bit confused, but then I'm on very, very, very strong painkillers. And go. You're pregnant now, so chances are child will come before they're allowed to come maybe sometime next year. His wife's been mean to you. Right, fucking stop this now. Right. Do you live with your husband in your own home? Is your husband built a house that's big enough to house another family? Why does your husband not want to live with you, his wife, and his little child that's coming and start a nice, happy family life? And if they are coming to live with you as family, how's that all going to work? What's the dynamics of it? And why have you lost your identity? Is it because you're living to your husband's needs, your husband's wants? Are you pandering to everything he wants? What do you fucking want? Have you sat down and said to him, don't mind you giving him all our savings? I'd mind a bit. I don't mind you building a house for him. I'd mind a bit because he's building mine. And, I'll help anybody, but fucking hell, charity starts at home, doesn't it? And I'm not interested whether you get on with her or not, but why do they have to come and live with you, actually live with you? Is it until they get something else? What do you actually want from this marriage and from your husband? Why are you afraid to ask him? It sounds to me like you're just saying fucking yes to everything and letting him get away with it. And once again, as we started the show, we're going to end the show. Things only happen to us that we allow. You are allowing such behaviour. You're allowing your husband to send your savings abroad. You're allowing your husband to allow his family to come and live with you. You are allowing this because you're not speaking up. And I ain't saying speak up and have an argument about it or fall out about it. But what I am saying is speak up. Ask questions. Let your husband know if something doesn't feel comfortable. If you don't feel like that's something that you want to do. It's your life as well. So speak up and make sure that any decisions we make are 50-50, because that's what we call a partnership, a team. Sometimes we have to compromise. Sometimes we do 70% of the work, they only do 30. Other times they do 80, we only do 20. But please, start the conversation now. Risk lessening the anxiety, therefore you have a good and healthy pregnancy. Flower pots, that's been today's Sunday service. I hope you've been able to understand me with my lisp, with my temporary dentures, that I can have taken out in 2 weeks and then some more gum work done and hopefully a bone graft because I don't like the sound of a sinus lift. It's going to be a long road until I can get a couple of implants which cost a fucking fortune. Do you know they're like $3,000 a fucking implant? Fuck me, pink. I've had that dental centre at fucking Turkey contact me on Instagram going, oh, why don't you come over, we'll give you a smile makeover. Yeah, you can have a smile makeover, Hollywood fucking teeth, Love Island smile if you've got teeth. I haven't got any fucking teeth to do that too. I have to have fucking teeth in my head to have a fucking smile. Anyway, so if you do send me any stars, I'll put it towards my fucking teeth. And who knows? I'll still be fucking singing for him at Christmas. All I want for Christmas is me two side teeth. Anyway, that's been Sunday service. Thanks ever so much for joining me. Give me that like, give me that love, give me that share. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Know that you are loved, you matter. Make today count. Tomorrow's not promised to nobody. Any advice I've given today is purely for entertainment purposes. And if anybody comments on your comments with gift, competition, giveaway, winner, it's a fucking scam. Report them, get rid of them. Don't let anybody dull your sparkle, regardless if you've got a lisp or not. Take care, flower pots, and I'll see you all soon.